Bro, it's just so good to be back. You know?
Oh shoot, dude.
All right, dude. I need you to spill all the goodies, bro. I need to hear some goodies from you.
Bro, all I can say is that you've never looked. I mean, I'm sorry for my French, but you've never looked sexier, dude.
Bro, don't say that to me.
Like your tan is incredible,
Thank you, man.
dude.
My skin feels better. My soul feels better. That's let me give you a little POV.
Please,
This is me. I know I'm a menace for wearing blazers on the beach, but I was kind of in the middle of a couple things.
sure.
But yeah, this is like actually 10 feet away. Like it's pretty crazy. It's
Dang,
the
bro.
beach. That's my beach house up there. It's been crazy.
Then, dude, I
Yeah,
think we're
man.
all jealous.
I know you are. I've been feeling it for a couple weeks now.
Dang it, bro. I'm tempted.
Yeah, bro. So are you coming out here, or kind of where are you at with that?
Well, it depends on lots of things,
Ah,
and many of which are just too convoluted to talk about on the podcast.
really?
Yeah.
Safe place, because I've shared some things on here, and now I'm second guessing.
No, bro. Let's give the rundown because it's been 3 weeks. It's been a minute since last time you and I like really talked. What?
Last pod, it's been a month.
That's true.
I guess since we recorded last, but we haven't really we've texted and talked here and there, but we haven't really got a good delve in. You know?
Yeah, no, we need to get a good delve going.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe that's a segment. It's called the delve hour or something. Or
The deep delve.
all right, deep delve. Yeah, dude, what's been going on, man?
I mean, I wish I had more to share.
Hmm.
But let's see some recent updates. So, man, my life has just been very. I'm gonna use the word consistent.
Mm.
Same old, same
Great
old.
work.
Getting done what I need to get done. Working on the real estate. I don't know if I don't think I talked about this on the last pod or if I had gotten to this point in my life, but I started getting pretty serious about like a digital marketing, like videography, photography company thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm starting that. I'm starting in photography and had to like get a bunch of equipment that I needed to like make sure I was like professional enough. And luckily for me, there's like clients built in because I'm already a real estate agent with a brokerage. So I'm just like, hey, I also do this, and so I've been doing houses, and I'm looking to expand, obviously throughout time. But for now, just on the grind. And when it comes to girls, there's a couple that are in the pipeline, but
Anything worth mentioning, or anything that just got you real excited?
well, sure, I'm excited. But when worth mentioning, I'll have to give it a few more weeks before I mention stuff.
Are we talking been on a date here recently, or just talking stages?
No, talking really putting forth some serious effort on that whole date situation.
I love that from you.
But mostly just the how do you say? Just the talking. I mean, one girl is like super busy all the time, another girl's out of town for a week. So, but I'm excited nonetheless. I thought I should
Is
be.
anybody really that busy? I have a hard time buying into this whole idea that no one has the time.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna give it to these two that they're probably pretty busy. I mean,
I
one,
don't know.
you're not so sure,
I'm,
dude. Okay, one, try the AirPods again. I want to see because I feel like this is more clear on the phone, but it tends to cut out if you don't talk loud enough or something. I don't know. It's weird. So try the AirPods.
Okay, I'm back on the AirPods.
Beautiful. I like how one's just sticking out. There you go.
I do apologize to any of our uppies here. Had a little technical difficulties, but if I'm gonna do it on the beach, I'm just gonna do it on the beach. I'm not gonna kind of play it by like do like a lawn thing with the beach in the background. Like I'm gonna be on the beach,
Yeah,
where I need to be.
it's beautiful.
It is. It is. I'm starting to wonder if I should like face the other way.
That'd be legendary. Yo, you look like one of those Zoom green screens.
Bro, I do. It's so accurate.
Oh, that
It's
is
too much of a flex.
Yeah, dude. It's making me jealous. Man, you're dark, bro.
Woo! Yeah, I am, dude. You should see my tan line, bro. It's actually amazing.
I thought I was gonna get tan, but I mean I'm pretty tan, but not in this lighting.
But dude, don't get it twisted. This isn't by accident. I've devoted hours into picking the right times of day, being disciplined to lay out, to do the old flipperoo and get my back and then my front, getting the shorts a little hiked up, getting that tan nice and high. It's definitely not by accident. I put in work and I've put in hours, and now I'm golden. I'm actually golden. I'm glowing, and it's not by accident.
No.
So I just want to make that clear to everybody.
No, I think we have a full understanding of how much work you've been putting in on that tan because it's deep.
It is. It runs deep, dude. And I think it would last like a good amount of weeks too if I were to come back. So.
Oh yeah. You're gonna look too good. Scary.
Dude,
good.
yeah, I know, bro. And it extends deeper than the skin. Let me just say that.
You're like just you've got a tanned spirit.
The old soul's been bronzered. and it feels good, bro.
I bet, man. I bet. No, you definitely. I mean, take this the right way, but a tan does you well.
Thank you. No, I'm actually going to take that the wrong way, and I'm actually really pissed because.
Oh,
no,
shit,
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. But yeah, I've never had like ideal skin tone. I feel like I've always been super albino, which is fine. It's really white, but I feel like a tan does look better on me. Because I have darker features, and when I'm so white, it's like a weird contrast,
Yeah. No, I definitely think a tan looks better on everyone. And you come from a pretty like a fairly dark family.
Dude, that's what's crazy. Like my whole family is like olive skin, and like my dad is super dark. He looks like a different nationality. My sisters do. Like I don't know what happened to me. I know. So.
Yeah, they're all like Mediterranean, European type vibe, and you're just like this white kid that's got like translucent skin.
I know, dude.
But all you needed was a little bit of sun.
Dude, yeah, it feels so good, man.
You haven't been using sunscreen, have you?
I got a little tender on my shoulders.
As it should.
They're probably exposed the most. So I've used a little sunscreen on the shoulders, but other than that, none.
Okay. I like to hear that you're keeping it to a minimum. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I frequently lay out in the sun without sunscreen. I just let myself bake.
How do you not get burned?
Well, one, I don't care if I get burned. It's worth it to me. And two, my skin, like I'm fairly white, but if you kind of acclimate yourself, like I'll do like when I first started tanning, I just went 10 minutes for like a week, front and back. I just kind of like. Pss, pss. And then the next week after that I would do like 15 for a few days, and then 20 for a few days, and 30 minutes, and then
I remember.
Yeah, now my skin is like, it's not uber tan, but it's got a nice golden to it, and like I can just go outside for a while and I don't really get super burnt. So
so your skin is kind of used to it.
Yeah, I trained it.
Okay. Dang.
So
yeah, I feel like I'm getting there. Dude, and it's just so nice and obviously you can relate to this, but it's so nice when you're living in a place that's always just warm. Like, there have been so many times I'm like, well, I don't want to do this because it's negative 20 degrees or because it's a little chilly. But like, there's just no excuse. Like, you can do anything at any time of day and be comfortable doing it.
Oh yeah.
And Hawaii is like the sweet spot. And again, I've been here a month, so I'm not going to claim I'm like a local or that I really know the weather super, super well. But it's never like too hot and it's never too cold.
Yeah.
It's just like a nice humid, I hate to say it, a little moist,
Yeah, it is.
It's just a very comfortable weather, and it
Yeah,
can get toasty, but it's never like I'm uncomfortable.
right.
But dude, it's been amazing.
That's good. It's funny because it's been like pretty hot here. Like it hit 99 yesterday. Um, and dude, like I walk outside and I'm like, bro, like you get hit by a wave of heat, and you can just like
Yeah.
this. It feels like the sun is just like sitting on your skin. But the thing is, I'm like, but I still would like way rather have that than snow, because when the sun's beating down on you, you're like, yeah, it's hot, but 80% of my time is spent indoors, right?
Yeah.
With air conditioning. And then when I'm outside, yeah, it's hot, but like the sun feels good on my skin. Like it feels like I'm like gaining something, whether it be a tan or just like extra vitamin D. Whereas when it's like snowed outside and you go outside and your hands are numb and your like cheeks are red and kind of hurt, and like you have to like brush off your car, like that's way not fun. That's not fun at all.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
So
And it's sick, like when you go inside and like hours later, and your skin is like still warm.
yeah.
Like, oh, that's a great feeling, and I'm
It
here
is.
for it.
I always have like a little bit of like sweat just on my upper lip, almost all the time. I'm just kind of like, oh, getting a little moist around the mouth.
That's like do you have like constant chapstick kind of thing?
Yeah, 100%.
You got to see the good in it.
So tell us about how Hawaii has been, other than just the warmth and the sun.
Dude, it's so for those of our viewers who don't know, I decided I just wanted to be somewhere not at home, just somewhere not that I'm used to, for a lot of different reasons. Just felt like I was stuck, felt bored, felt uninspired.
Mm-hmm.
Really had nothing to do with anybody, probably just myself, So I just wanted a different experience, a new setting, things to make me grow and change and just be better. And so I, within like a week, decided to move to Hawaii. A place opened up. I just took it. Didn't know. Still really don't know like anybody here or like anything. But yeah, I just booked a red eye, and yeah, next thing I knew, I was here. And dude, above everything, like I'm definitely more comfortable and like a little bit more settled now because I've been here, a month.
Yeah.
But dude, above everything, it was just like really humbling, because I told myself in the beginning, I was like, listen, like I'm talking to every person, honestly, like everyone, like very mission vibe.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to every person I see. I'm going to say yes to every invitation. I don't care the circumstance. I don't care how I'm feeling. I just got to put myself out there. I have to.
Yeah.
And I tend to be a little bit more introverted. So I think this, again, you don't have to be cocky to be humbled is what I've learned. Because, dude, it is hard to constantly put yourself out there, to constantly go to people you don't know. It's very exhausting, dude. And it's scary and it's intimidating. But, dude, I've met some amazing people, and I've had, made some great memories. But it's been very, very humbling just talking to someone on the bus, or just like setting out, waking up in the morning, and still pretty much every day I'm just like, well, I have no idea where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to figure it out. And thankfully, like I kind of like, being alone and like with myself. And so like I'm comfortable with that when I don't have plans but it's just been like a good coming of age movie for me, like a good awakening. I've gained perspective on like, my future and my present, and and come to peace with things in my past. Like it's just been like a really good, I don't want to say break. It's just been like a good kind of side quest in my life.
Yeah. That is cool.
And yeah, man, I've loved it. And I don't know how long I'll stay or what I'll end up doing, but I'm just kind of playing it by ear. It's kind of vibing,
Sure.
But it's been great.
That is dope. Are you I mean, you're only a month in, so I guess you don't really have any plans or thoughts on the future when it comes to Hawaii?
Mm-hmm.
Of like if you're going to stay or if you're going to go at the end of the summer?
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing, because I mean, like you could stay, but I mean, once the summer's over, it's kind of like, I mean, it'll probably still be warm. To be honest, in Hawaii, it stays warm probably all year round. So I guess there's a temptation to stay, but it all depends on who you meet, obviously,
right.
whether or not you're called back home or if you're called to stay. We'll see what happens. Either way, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, no, great. That's a great point. My lease is for the summer, and then yeah, based on kind of how I'm feeling and people I meet and opportunities that come. So for now, the plan is for the summer, but trust me, I really don't think I would have a problem staying. And that's not because like, oh, it's like fun, but like I do feel a lot more calm and like less overall just like pressured and stressed to do things a certain way here. And I think a lot of that's just because of the culture and just the good feeling and the good vibes that are just around that don't really seem to be in a lot of places that I'm normally at. So
have you wanted to create any goals for yourself, or you've just been like, dude, I'm just like chilling, I'm putting myself out there and that's my 100% main focus?
Yeah, ideally I would have created goals and been a little bit more disciplined. I feel like I've just been going to school and working for the last 3.5 years of my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's not really an excuse or a reason as to why I really haven't pursued anything specifically. But yeah, if obviously I'm going to stay for a couple months and I want to get the most out of my time. So I definitely need to be working towards something. And, I've like edited videos, and Extra Ice season 2 is coming out really soon.
Let's go.
I've got a couple little things I've been doing, but overall it's been just like this, kind of hanging out with people. And trying out new restaurants and just kind of chilling.
Yeah, dude. I don't want it to come off like I was like,
no.
Like you should have a goal. Just because for me though, it seems like whenever I go on like some sort of vacation or change up something in my life, I'm always like, holy crap, I need to start doing this and doing this. But there's definitely times in my life where I'm like, number one thing I'm focusing on is social life. Kind of like when I went to Axis. Like I didn't have a ton of like ambitious goals necessarily. I moved out and I was just like, I'm here to meet friends, have fun, kind of get outside my comfort zone socially. And that's what I focused on. So no, it's sick. It's funny because so here's a quick story. I've matched with this girl a couple times on different dating apps, whatever.
She sounds great.
She's amazing. No, so I've never like met her or gone on a date or talked to her or anything like that, but I've just kind of seen her around. And I think she like posted a story on Instagram or something, and I was kind of like, wait a minute, like she's kind of cute. Ooh. So I'm like, okay, so I look through some of her photos. I'm like, okay. So I message her and I just say like, hey, where do you live? Hoping that it's where I live.
Heyo?
St. George.
Oh, yeah.
But she says Hawaii. And I'm just like,
yo, let's go, baby.
Gosh darn it. So I was like, oh, dang, okay. So I asked a couple questions. We were talking. And I said like, oh, do you ever like... Because I had a feeling that she was from St. George, just from some of her pictures. So I was like, oh, are you ever moving back? Like, you gonna come back to Utah or whatever? And as I'm going through her pictures, dude, and this tripped me out. Like, I told a couple people, and like, some people were like not that interested in the story, but some people were like, yo, that's crazy. So I was going through her pictures, and she has this video of a guy I know, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, that's this guy, and I don't want to mention names.
Sure, we never do.
No. So I was like, I know that guy. And so I texted her, I was like, is your dad so-and-so?
Is it me?
No. No. It's like an older guy, like a guy I know from my childhood. I was like, I know this guy. So I texted her and I'm like, is so-and-so your father? Because I could tell, who else would it be? And as I text that, it all clicks in my mind. I realized, I'm like, dude, I know this girl. So I text her, I'm like, bro, we know each other. Because when I was like 8 or 9, 10, we had this family friend family that would hang out with me and my uncle and my dad. It was like a whole, we weren't really related to them, but they kind of felt like family because we would always go to their house and our moms were all friends and their dads were all friends and they'd go do stuff together. And we'd go and watch fights and watch games and stuff like that. So it's like, growing up, I'd hang out with a kid named Isaac and his little brother. And they had this sister who was at the time probably like a toddler, 4 or 5, because I was only like 9, right?
Uh-huh.
Dude, it's that girl.
Oh, wow.
She's like 20 now. So I was like, bro, what the? Because like we had like, I wouldn't say falling out, but like people moved and things moved on. We just haven't talked to them in years. And when we first moved back to St. George, we saw her dad at Harmon's, and we're like, yo, what's up? Like, it's been so long. And he like, patted me and Luke on the back and like, what are you guys up to? You're so big. Like, what's going on? And then, yeah, it was so trippy. I was like, bro, we know each other. Like, I know your family. I grew up hanging out with your brother. Like, this is crazy. And then she was just like, that's crazy. And she's like, I'm at my brother's house right now. You should come visit. And I was like, visit? Like, oh, are you guys in St. George? And she's like, no, I'm in Hawaii. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not going to fly to Hawaii to visit.
Bro, she wants you bad.
Yeah, dude. Well, then I was like, so are you ever going to visit St. George? And she's like, I'll probably be there in July. And I was like, okay, shoot. So I was like, well, let's do something when you come. And then she said, okay. And then I said, I'm excited. Then she said, you better be. And then that was it. But,
wow.
Dude.
That's crazy.
That's the girl. Remember I asked him, like, do you know so-and-so? And you said, oh, no, we just like followed each other on Instagram.
Wait, what? That's her?
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Crazy.
That is crazy. Actually, okay, yeah. Never mind. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Wow. That is interesting.
Small world.
I had no idea that she lived here.
Yeah, no, that's why I asked. I was like, bro, like, maybe they've been like hanging out. Because you guys followed each other and you just probably moved to Hawaii.
Yeah,
and she lives in Hawaii.
We're best friends, dude. Yeah.
We hang out all the time. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Wow, that is very interesting, dude. Maybe that'll give you some incentive to come down, bro.
Maybe, dude.
And here's the thing that I've learned. I mean, and I'm excited to record more episodes because, like, I have realized a bunch of different things and, like, gained a lot of perspective on just a variety of things that I thought were one way that I'm realizing aren't.
Yeah.
But and maybe it's just like our age group, or not even our age group, just you and I obviously other people. But for the most part, it really doesn't require a lot of change to change your life or like to change your circumstances.
Yeah.
Like, dude, literally, I mean, yeah, you got to spend some money and obviously that it's effort, and I'm not discounting any of that. But bro, you could be living literally in a different place, a different country, with an entirely different group of friends, with entirely different people within a matter of within a matter of few days. And
yeah.
And I think we just make it out to be like this massive big thing, which it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like the logistics of it, like, are so simple, it's almost scary. Like within 3 days, me deciding to go and like being here and everything kind of just like flips on a dime. And now it's like, why was I so nervous and like so hesitant? Like it's scary and it's intimidating, but I just think we make it out to be a lot more than it is.
Yeah. Because
everybody kind of lives very similar and everything kind of happens the same. Human interaction is the best thing that it's not, I don't know. It's the best thing that there is on planet Earth, and that never changes no matter where you are. There's nothing like connecting with somebody, and you can't really fabricate that in any other way. And it's just so cool how that like eternal truth stays the same no matter where you are.
Yeah, and this is honestly, like, not to cut you off, but like this is honestly why I feel like we need to be grateful for our single life. Because I'm like, imagine if you had kids and a career and a wife and a house. It's like you ain't just changing things, right? Like me and Luke were able to just like go to a whole different town, change it up, meet new people. Yeah. Same thing with you. You moved to like entire states, change it up. And I'm like, you can only really do that when you're young and single.
It's true.
So
it's very valid.
And that's not saying that like it's better than being married with kids or whatever. That's just saying that like it's just different, right? There's so many like amazing blessings and happiness that comes from like starting a family and having a career and all that stuff like that. And it's like if you don't get to experience that because you're single, might as well experience what is good about being single while you're single.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think you got to take advantage of every part of your life.
Yeah.
Because dude, it is shockingly scary how short everything is. Like how short life is. Like one day when you and I are old and gray and gone, and then we have kids, and then they have kids, like they'll look back on this podcast, they'll watch this very episode and think to themselves, oh, I've got time. And again, we do have time, but not as much as we think.
Nah, it goes by quick.
There have been like literally hundreds of generations just like you and I at this very age thinking like, well, I'm young and I've got time, and dude, and they're gone, bro. Like time is just so like I really don't. The more that I live and experience, like I don't think time really exists. Like a long time ago, is that even a thing? Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Time really is. What did Einstein say? Like time is what is it? Time is relative, right?
Yeah. Time is relative.
Whatever that means.
Who knows?
But I don't know, man.
It's facts.
It's crazy when you make big changes, how so much of your perspective changes too. You know.
So, okay, I'm gonna switch it up big time here because I got some thoughts.
Oh yeah, please.
First off, I've been thinking about changing the name of the podcast. Now, before you make a surprise face, the Up&Up is staying. I've been thinking, does it need to be called a podcast?
I don't know what you're implying, but I'm waiting.
Okay, because podcast has this like stigma to it that it's like, oh, it's just some long thing. Like I don't really listen to podcasts, right? But then they'll go watch like an hour-long TV show, or they'll go watch like a 30-minute episode, or a YouTuber vlogging or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
yeah,
podcast kind of has this feeling like it. I don't know. It pushes some people away, and some people are really into podcasts.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but what if we call it Up&Up Show? Or Up&Up like sessions, or Up&Up time, like whatever it is, and it really is like not like let's make the decision right now. It's more just like throwing it to the uppies, throwing it to you, just kind of like if we change it up, we change it to 30-minute episodes. When we have more time, we'll maybe do twice a week, but for now we'll just keep the 30-minute episodes once a week, and then upload the highlights or whatever. But yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. It's like podcast has this feeling to it, right? That maybe a show wouldn't, or just leaving it Up&Up. We're just Up&Up. There's no show, there's no podcast. It's just Up&Up, right? So something to ponder.
Okay, I'm definitely open to that.
Also, though, you got to hear this new diet I'm doing.
Oh, you're on a diet?
Yeah, and it's not like okay. I don't think a lot of the uppies probably aren't into like fitness and like understand a lot of that stuff. But
why would you say that?
Well, okay, because we haven't talked about any fitness stuff. And trust me, I haven't seen any of them, so I don't know what they look like.
Okay.
No,
I thought you're making a wild prediction upon our viewers, and I was about to correct you. You know.
Yeah, of course. Always got to defend the uppies.
Oh yeah.
So this is what I've been doing because I am tired because I have like a decent amount of muscle on my body, especially after lifting for a whole year. And but like well, but I just look like there's no definition, right? Because I just have like a layer of fat over everything.
Okay.
You know, I look like I bulked. I'm like probably 18% body fat. So anyways, I was like, okay, you know what? I got to start eating clean. So Whole Foods only, you know, just I'll cook, I'll buy from the grocery store, and I'll drink water. It'll be easy. But of course, time and money. And I'm just like,
yes.
2 days later, I'm like, fine, we'll get a pizza. Fine, we'll get McDonald's, whatever.
Yeah.
It's my weakness, you know? So I've decided, I'm like, the only way I'm going to do this is like set specific meals, right? That are as cheap as can go. Like, I don't really care about being healthy when it comes to like quality of food. I just care about hitting the right amount of calories and the right amount of like protein, fats, and carbs, right? So there's a whole way to calculate everything for, you know, bodybuilding and all that different stuff. So I figured it all out.
Sure.
And I just wanted to tell you what I'm eating because in the morning I have 6 eggs, half a cup of oatmeal, and a scoop of protein powder in that oatmeal. Okay, so that's my breakfast. For lunch, frick, what did I have for lunch? I've got a cup of rice, an entire can chicken. So I'm going canned meat, so I don't have to cook or prepare. I just open it up, chicken right into the rice. Okay. I drink bone broth because it's so low calorie and so high in protein, and it like tastes like V8 juice. If you ever had like soup or like V8 juice, it's like salty water, basically.
Yeah.
And then I do like a protein shake with an egg in it, and then for dinner it's like a whole can of tuna, and like a half pound of ground beef, and half a cup of rice, and another protein shake, and more bone broth. Like it literally is like the weirdest shiz ever. But I'm like, it's like 2,800 calories. I get like 280 grams of protein, low fats, low carbs. I'm like, it's weird, and I thought it was gonna be hard to stick to because I'd be hungry,
Mm-hmm.
but like I am stuffed to the brim. Like after breakfast, I was like, bro, I cannot eat anymore. And then like after lunch, I was like, dude, this is so much food. It's weird. I thought I was gonna be like one can of chicken and some rice, but dude, when you drink all this stuff, when you eat all this stuff, it's a lot. But I'm just telling you, bro, when you come back, when you come back, dude, you're gonna behold a Greek god.
Okay, Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
So I do admire that because I've never been very disciplined in the diet department.
hmm
I just kind of eat what I want when I want, and thankfully I've got like really fast metabolism, so I haven't really suffered any consequences from that,
yeah,
other than not being my ideal shredded washboard abs, which will happen.
sure.
But I have to ask, what's the end game here? Are you trying to get to a certain physique for a certain reason, or are you trying to be as healthy as you can be, or what are we
So
working towards?
that's like actually a good question because I actually do have reasons. It's not just like because I'll be honest, when normal people, and I don't mean normal people as anything like less or more than me. I'm just talking about like when regular guys that don't have like fitness as a hobby, when they're like, oh, dude, and like you're an example, like you don't have a passion for fitness necessarily. You want to be fit, you want to be healthy, but it's kind of just like a byproduct. When they say to me like, oh, dude, I just want to, like I need to start going to the gym, dude. I need to start eating right. They say it out of like, oh, I feel like I need to. They don't say it like, oh, dude, I really, really want to. And so when they say it like that to me, I'm kind of like, might as well just give it up because you're never going to get consistent with like an attitude of like, I feel like I need to. Because when I felt like I needed to, I never did until it like clicked in my brain where I was like, I want this and I want this more than the comfort. Right. And then at that point you work towards it. So I've become very fond of lifting at the gym. Like I look forward to every morning I go to the gym. And I do it 5 to 6 days a week, and I never miss 5 to 6 days a week. Like if I'm busy, I'll like skip a Saturday leg day or whatever. But like it's always basically the full week. But my diet's always been.
I can tell you've skipped leg days for sure.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Got him.
So yeah, so I've always been like pretty bad with diet, but lifting has been something I really like. But when you don't have a good diet, you don't build muscle as well, and you don't look as good. So you might say, okay, well then like what's the point, right? Because if I'm lifting because I like it, why would I want to look a certain way, right? There's a few reasons. One, I mean, it just would be fun to like look big and look strong and look buff. Like that's cool, I guess, but that's not the main reason. And then another reason is like girls. Oh, cool. Like girls don't super care about having abs and huge arms, but like they do. It's like subconscious. They'll never admit it, but like if you're on a date with a girl and they're like, hey, let's go hot tubbing, and you whip off your shirt and you're like shredded, they're gonna be like, okay, that's nice. Like it's a bonus. You know what I mean? It's not the reason they're gonna date you, but it's definitely a bonus. But biggest reason is I definitely have a desire to create fitness content. As in like, okay, so I like making the podcast, and like me and my little brother have like tossed around the idea of like making gaming videos. Like, and you and I have thought about doing like Rocket League videos, and I have my little YouTube channel. So I have all this content stuff, and I'm like, and I have all this like camera equipment. I'm like, dude, I want to make content. And I think one of the things I love the most and I'm most consistent with when it comes to like what I'm doing is fitness stuff. Now, I don't want to be like a personal trainer online and like teach people like what workouts to do or whatever. More just like an inspiration. Right. And I follow a bunch of people online that don't ever talk about what workouts they do or what they eat. They just are kind of there to look good and be an inspiration. And I'm like, bro, those people are dope. And they're super disciplined and they're super inspirational. So I'm like, and to be honest, there's money in it. If I'm being completely frank with everyone here, there's money. If you're buff, there's money in it if you can get a following. And so I'm like, dang, dude, all it would take, because I already have enough muscle. I'm 6'2", 250 pounds, and I'm a pretty big guy, so I'm like, all I would need to do is dial in my diet and get down to like 10 or 12 body fat percentage. And once I get abs, dude, like it's done for. Then I just start making a bunch of videos on TikTok and go from there. So like that's kind of the goal. And who knows, maybe I'll like have some sort of program. And the dudes that make money with it always have like some sort of code. Like you can like buy clothes or buy supplements with their code. That makes them money. Yeah. So like that might happen, but for now I'm just focusing on the diet and the lifting because I like it. I might as well look freaking sick.
I mean, if you're going to be doing it anyways, you may as well diversify your hobby and passion by getting everything you can out of it.
For sure. So.
Well, dude, good for you, man. I'm excited to see the before and after.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be abundant.
Yeah, dude, when I come back, I better come back to just chiseled Squidward, bro.
Yeah, that'll be the goal. That'll be the goal.
But dude, yeah, I was planning on going to the gym out here. For what it's worth, you'd be amazed, bro. There's literally not a gym within like 20 miles of me.
Really? That's
Not a
crazy.
one.
How do people get ripped out there?
There's one at BYU, but you have to be a student, and there's like the honor code where like you have to be like clean shaven, and
Dang.
so I mean I go on campus and stuff to do stuff like work on projects, but not to like go to the gym, because I've had people come up to me, they're like, hey man, like if you're gonna be on campus, so I think I'm a student obviously, but hey man, like you need to shave, and I was just like, dang man. So
I'm sorry, that's crazy.
maybe I'll get into like calisthenics or something.
Calisthenics are pretty sick. Can't tell if it's me that's breaking up or you. Yo, you're good. Okay.
Sorry, bro. Yeah, look at dude, it is so nice out here, bro.
Dude.
Oh,
frick. I'm just in my little closet. I'm jealous. You should start selling some feet pics, make some money, and fly me out.
bro, guess how much it is to get out?
How much?
Guess how much my red eye was with 3 days notice?
$300.
$250.
Dang.
That's nothing, dude.
That is really good, actually. $250 to get out there.
I had like a 3-hour layover in Oakland, and then I was like, it was nothing, man.
Dude, if I had some money saved up and no prior engagements, I'd buy a ticket right now.
Gabe, I love you, buddy, but you, my friend, are all talk. Even if you did have money saved up and didn't have responsibilities, you'd find a reason not to. So I don't want to hear that, even though I love you.
Hey, look, I would have said the same thing about you, but here you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I thought you were going to stay in Atlanta the rest of your life. But now you live in Hawaii.
Bro, I've literally lived in 4 different cities since I moved back, since I've been home for my mission. I don't want to hear anything you have to say about that. You hear me?
Fine. I'm sorry.
Hey, do you have any games on your phone?
Bro. Dude, I like this vibe. Phone on the beach vibe. That's nice.
Yeah, I like this too, man. I do miss the mic, though. I miss the laptop. It's just a little bit easier because I feel like I'm like constantly moving.
Yeah, that's okay, though. The uppies understand, and we're good.
I haven't gotten used to getting having sand everywhere, bro. It's in my bed sheets. It's in my shoes. It's on my toothbrush. Like, how is that possible? You know?
Yeah. No, I will say I love the sun, love the beach, but like that's something like in St. George you get the sun, you don't get the sand, and if you want to, you can go to a lake so you get the water. There's no beach, but
yeah. I mean, I guess it is really nice because the water is so warm. Usually, you gotta like kind of like walk your way in, very slowly. But yeah, it just feels like a warm bath. Like it's amazing.
Dang, that's insane, bro.
Dude, and the air is like sweet. Like it smells sweet, and it just
Bro, I wish that this wasn't an island. Like, if this was just, like, Southern California was, like, exactly like that, I'd be like, dude, I am moving there. Because, like, I can't go to an island where it's, like, if you ever need to go back to the mainland, you got to, like, fly. And, like, everything's expensive over there. Nah, bro, take me to Florida. But I've heard it's not the same.
You would not believe. Wait, it takes longer to get to Florida than it does to here, fool.
No, I know, but, like, Florida is at least attached to the United States. So it's, like, if you need to drive somewhere, it's, like, it's in the United States. But... and there's a lot of big cities where people do a lot of things. It's still America, so like people drive. I don't know. It's just a little bit more economical of a situation. But
yeah, a gallon of milk is like $8, $9.
It's insane.
Food and every meal is at least $15. Like, yeah, it's steep. Don't get me wrong. And it's funny that it even is part of the United States, because it's like it definitely isn't. Like no part of this is USA, bro.
Yeah, it feels like a different country.
It's its own little bubble. It does, dude. It does.
Well, I feel like Utah is kind of like its own little bubble. Like, of course, it's United States, and it's still that same vibe. But like, when I was in Long Beach and then I went back to Utah, I was like, yo, this is different.
It is, dude. And it's kind of got me thinking, like, when I move back, like, I know I'll eventually probably live in, Utah or somewhere near.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't know. That's kind of how I see it going, but I'm not opposed to anything else.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to, like, move and live in Utah again. Like, I think it'd be sick to live on the East Coast for a little bit, or maybe like a different country for a little bit. I don't know.
Dude, I would love. There's some European countries I would love to live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only way that the only timing that you have, I feel like for our beliefs and lifestyle to live there is like when you're single, but that's risky because then you're just putting off marriage, right? When you're married without kids, you can live somewhere, like a different country. And then when your kids are all gone and you're retired and you want to go live outside the country, like you can do that. Because other than that, like when you're trying to date to find a wife / raising a family, like there's no time to live in a different country. So it's kind of it's tough because I would Japan for 6 months, Switzerland for a year, Norway, like Denmark, all those places would be freaking sick to me. Mediterranean.
I agree.
Like Italy, bro.
I agree, dude. And that's why it'd be nice to have, some passive income and like things you can do from anywhere so that you can sustain yourself while being out and not having to save up for years and then having it all be gone for your travel and then having to come back to nothing. Like,
yeah,
it'd be nice to kind of have that figured out too before you make these plans, and then
kind of like,
so you're not stressed about it.
Kind of like a podcast that made us money. That'd be pretty cool. Just
yeah, dude.
that'd be nice.
Podcasts even make other than Joe Rogan. Does anybody make money off a podcast? I'm not so sure.
Dude, no, I'm being serious. Yes, people make a lot of money off podcasts. So it's kind of like one of those things that if we took seriously for like a year, like seriously, like we recorded high quality stuff and we took it seriously and then we posted a lot, and we kind of discovered our personalities and like what makes us special instead of just trying to be funny and chill. I think that we could really turn it into something in a year, but it just takes like massive focus, which we kind of don't have right now when it comes to the podcast. But that's okay. It's it's with time.
Sure.
So, do you want to take a guess?
I guess.
Of where we're at?
Oh, I'm gonna go 46-36.
Dang it. 42-47.
Ah! I'm embarrassed.
I was really hoping you'd nail that because that would have been beautiful.
Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, you gotta give me a second to get back into it. Oh, dude, yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
I brought my penny board out here. Not really sure if I would need it or like if I would even use it. Or thankfully, I've needed it and I have used it. But bro, I was so when you're boating and you're tubing, right?
Yeah.
And you enter outside of the wake to where the water's like glass, and the boat's going the other way, which makes you go the opposite way of the boat, and you start skipping like a rock. Do you know this sensation that I speak of?
Yeah.
You start skipping like a rock, and all it takes is like a little wave, or I don't know. All it takes is just the smallest bump, and you are in the stratosphere, my friend. You are gone.
Yeah.
And that is a terrifying feeling to feel. I don't know. Maybe my dad ruined us because he was insane when he would drive, like growing up, like on the boat. And then once you enter outside of the wake, dude, you lose all hope, and it really is haunting. So I had a similar feeling to where there's like a couple of hills that I'll go down here, like by my apartment and just throughout campus and stuff, where I get humming. I mean, I enter outside of the wake, and I'm not talking like speed wobble fast. But I get going pretty quick. Yeah. And keep in mind, this is a penny board, meaning the board's smaller, the wheels are smaller. It's not a very heavy-duty board, okay? No. And so I'm around. I'm not on campus, thankfully. I'm around campus, and I start going a little quicker than I normally do. Warm day. I'm looking up. I take my eyes off the road for a second, and that was fatal because I think I hit a pebble, literally. I think I hit a little pebble. Bro, I went soaring. No. Actually, I think I Superman, hit the asphalt, and went a good 12 feet. I played it off pretty well, but I skid. I actually skid. And
ouch, bro.
Yeah, Look at this. Look at this bad boy. Wait.
Bro.
Yeah.
That is rough, dude.
Dude, and this was like,
Oh, shoot.
this was like, and then I got like my hand pretty good. You can't see anymore.
Yeah,
But this
dude.
was probably like almost a week ago. So it's like way healed now. But dude, it was humbling, bro. Because
Yeah.
you gotta walk. Well, you have to stand up after, and you gotta act like everything's chill. But bro, you know people saw that. You know they did.
Yeah. Dude, whenever I
And
see
you can
someone,
only play it off so cool, you know?
no, it's so true, and that's definitely one of those things we talked about in the other episode. You just can't look cool just biffing it on a board.
No.
That's downhill. And dude, every single time I see someone biff it, even if it's a kid, I just like immediately look away because I'm like, I do not want to be the reason why they look up and see me staring, and they're just like, dang it, someone saw. Even if I saw, I want to like spare their feelings. Hey, I didn't see that. You know.
Bro, yeah, I may not be the same way. I gotta kind of see how they recover. I gotta get a good chuckle. When anybody biffs it, bro, I don't care if they're a baby or an old person. It's plain funny.
It is. You just take the long gander. You just keep on gandering.
Yeah, I linger. I linger a little bit longer
Sure.
than I should.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, thankfully, and then someone comes up, "Hey man, are you okay?" It's like, bro, like, please
Not
don't
now.
talk to me.
Yeah,
Thankfully, no one did.
that's good.
And I can't examine it too much. You know, let me get to a bathroom before I really look at what we're dealing with. Because then what am I gonna do there? I mean, there's no reason to look. I could have very well had 15 stitches, and I would have no idea. Obviously, everything was fine, but it was a funny little moment in my silly little life. You know.
Dude, the way I play it off whenever I biff it is I just like, if I biff it, dude, I'm just gonna like lay face down still, and just like lay there with, like motionless. And then people were like, "Oh dang, this dude's like knocked out." So they run up, you're like, "Oh yo bro," and then you just like pop up, "No, I'm fine," and you just like go away or act like you're super hurt, like, "Oh, I gotta go to the hospital," and you just like start scooting away. That would be
Oh,
hilarious.
that's hilarious. That'd be a great little skit if we were to do that.
One of those prank videos.
Yeah, like you. Yeah, dude, like you're actually like completely knocked out cold, like zero movement.
Yeah, or just act stiff.
Yeah, like start like shaking, like, "Yo, is this guy okay?"
Yeah, everyone's like, yo. Oh, that'd be bad.
So many good content ideas, man.
Yeah, true. So many. Too many.
But yeah, man, yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about. So many crazy good things that have been happening, and I'm sure we'll get to all the goodies.
Yeah, dude. No, we will. Yeah, dude, keep in touch. I'm actually going to go to my office tonight, record this and upload it, and then get some highlights out, because this episode feels like a highlight-packed ep. So I'm gonna get going on that.
That is music to my sweet ears, my friend.
And then I'll also add those two that you sent me. I've just been...
Okay.
I mean, I always have some dumb excuse, which is bullcrap
Dude,
anyways.
Hey, you don't have to apologize to me. All right, it's I'm just glad that we have something consistent that we put effort into, and again, I'm in it for just to be a part of something great, and whether people recognize that or not doesn't really change, even though it's fun. I'm just here for the podcast, baby. I'm here for quality time. I'm here for good laughs. I'm here for good content, and whatever happens after that is just a bonus.
True, dude. I was just thinking, I have this cousin named Weston, super dope homie. Love the guy to death. It's funny though. He's just one, like, you know, when people come up to you and they're like, "Dude, your podcast is hilarious. We love it. We watch it all the time." And I'm just like, so he comes up to me and says that, and I'm like, "Dang, bro! Like, you watch the eps?" Because that's always what I always assume. Like, if you're watching the podcast, you're watching the podcast, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, dude, we see him on Instagram all the time, dude. And like, bro, that one where you do this, like basically, like, they only watch the highlights." And I'm like, yeah. No, they're pretty cool. They're fun.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're not a real fan unless you watch the full episodes, but that's okay. That is okay.
Yeah, if you only watch the highlights, you are dead to me.
Dang.
Everybody's seen Grandpa Ticklefly. Everybody's heard and seen, that Mountain Dew is the best. So you're casual. I want you to come up to me and tell me about the time that I ate absolute crap on my penny board. If you can't do that, please leave me alone,
Yeah. If you're not a true fan of the pod and you just like the TikTok, keep following the TikTok. That's great. But
maybe unfollow because I don't like you. You know what I mean?
True. I'm also going to repost on Instagram more because I feel like some of our more loyal followers are on there, family and friends,
Yeah.
So, anyways. But yeah, dude, we're at what?
No, I was just saying real quick. I think it's always good to I don't know. I think there's a lot of beauty in the imperfection, man. So don't feel like you have to put subtitles and like super. I mean, that's great, and obviously those two. I mean, and you're super good at that, and that's not what I'm saying. But don't be afraid to just. Honestly, the ones that I screen recorded, don't be afraid to just like throw those out with really like nothing.
No, that's true.
Content trumps, quality, and even though those are great things, if you're overwhelmed, dude, I mean that's really easy and simple, and those clips are gold, bro. Like the Spider-Man and I mean even the dog one, like so gold.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely because I uploaded the dog one, but I didn't do like a zoom in, so maybe I'll like redo it with a zoom in. But the Spider-Man one,
I think it's great.
I'm gonna do the Spider-Man.
I think it's great the way it is.
Yeah, no, I'll. That's
okay. I'm just
some
like examples.
I'll do it more simple that way. It's like it's quick and easy. But yeah, dude, I want to go get this episode done. We're at 51:47.
That's a good little reunion app, and now we're back.
Totally. All right, bro. Well, any last words?
Only off the pod, just real quick. But other than that,
okay,
I got nothing.
Sounds good, bro. We love you guys. Have a good week.
Love you, man.
Peace.
Oh, yeah, love the upbeat. Or was that?
No, yeah, we're gonna talk.
No. Okay, bye.